Here we are at the Australian reveal of the new Ferrari 812 Superfast. And rather than us talking around the car today, we have Ferrari Australasia CEO, Herbert Appelroth. So Herbie's just going to give us a quick tour around the car and tell us some of the facts and figures and what makes this car different from its predecessor and what makes it the flagship of Ferrari's new GT range.
So I'll make it easy for you. The 812 Superfast, the fastest, most powerful Ferrari ever. And we've concentrated on developments over the F12 in three main areas. Of course, the engine, vehicle dynamics, and aerodynamics. And seeing as we're talking about the outside of the car, let's talk about aerodynamics. So this car has 10% more downforce overall, 8% more rear downforce compared to the F12. A lot of active and passive air through this, right throughout the car, but starting at the front. We have these active air ducts, obviously in the front here, which get directed towards the brake at a certain speed, then above a certain speed open and go straight out of the car. First time ever, we've had, now it's kind of like the opposite of what we did with the F12 with the aero bridge. Now air enters here at the front of the wheel, extracts hot air, and of course pushes downforce straight on top of the front axle to create more downforce here. Before we had the aero bridge back here, and now we have this.
And then that flows down the side of the car, doesn't it?
So the air goes straight down the side of the car, and of course creates it straight into the rear of the car, this rear vein, as we say. As I said, trades goes back to some of the old designs of the 599s. There's a little bit of trademark there. And this obviously air goes in here, and obviously outside here, across the rear spoiler as such, hauls back to some of the 599, that aero bridge element that you remember on the 599. Even smart aero aids with obviously the tumbling air that comes through this sort of aero spoiler here at the back. And of course, the tradition of Ferrari, we originated this technology, the Venturi, straight from Formula One, has obviously the air ducts at the rear of the car, again open and close at 180 kilometers per hour. So it's the latest aerodynamics from Ferrari. When it comes to vehicle dynamics, what we have here on the 812 Superfast is the very first Ferrari to have electric power steering. This is now the last piece of the vehicle dynamic puzzle, in that now all the vehicle dynamics electronics can now talk to each other. So now obviously with power assisted electronic steering, it allows us now to control the entire car to get the maximum out of the driver and out of the car. That's coupled with our what we call passaporta virtuale, which is our active rear steering, which we first saw on the F12 TDF. This is the version 2. We're now up to our version 5 side slip control, which premiered on the 458 Speciale. So all these electronics now finally talk to each other to maximise the performance of the car, just as you expect in Formula One.
So Herbert, run us through the heart of this car, which is not just an upgraded version of the F12's V12. There's quite a lot of new parts in this car.
Yeah, it's an all-new V12 from Ferrari. 75% of the components are new, just this engine. Of course, we've increased the capacity from 6.3 litres to 6.5 litres. Now produces 800 horsepower. The most powerful engine produced by anyone in a production car, not just Ferrari. If you think that we've been producing V12 for every single year since we've been in existence, since 1947, the only car company. So the V12 is a very important engine to Ferrari. This is the ultimate in technology. A lot of technology from F1 with the moving inlet ducts inside the engine. It really is the very, very latest injection, 300 pounds of pressure. It's, 800 horsepower. Enough said there.
And it's linked to the gearbox, which is still in the back of the transaxle gearbox.
Of course.
It's even faster than before.
Of course. So it's, again, every new Ferrari has a new upgraded software for the gearbox. It seems to getting faster and faster. We lead the way, and of course our new twin clutch gearbox is again the best in the marketplace. there's no use having all this power if you can't get it down to the ground, and that's exactly what we've done with all our passive and active electronics on this car. I mean, this car is all about increasing the enjoyment of the drive, not just having the latest technology.
And talking speed, can you reel off a couple of figures on this?
So 0 to 100 in 2.9, which is essentially, the threshold of mechanical grip. Important for me is the 0 to 200, 7.9 seconds, top speed over 335 kilometres an hour. As I said, the fastest, the most powerful Ferrari ever.
So Herbert, run us through the redesigned interior of the 812.
So the 812 is all new design from the Ferrari Design Studios. Specifically, it's been designed to appear as though the dashboard is floating. So you see this strong horizontal component there, the twin air ducts there in the centre there for the air conditioning units, an all new steering wheel, centre being the Manatino. Very, very simple systems, so everything that you only need is here. Everything is through the steering wheel. The two TFT screens here, and new for this V12 sports car is our passenger display unit, which has everything there from performance, navigation, media, etc. So it's we now involve the passenger so much more, even to the point where every Manatino change, also our passengers can also see what's going on here. Lots of interior space. Of course, the focus is about the driver, the pilot, the test driver as such, and the passenger is somewhat unnecessary. It's all about the driver, all the instruments around the driver.
So Herbert, this new car has been extremely well received by customers even before it's gone on sale.
So we first showed our clients who came across to Italy with us for the worldwide premiere in February, and I've got to say that the reaction has been not only surprising, it's kind of astonished us. We're so happy because to see this reaction from a traditional V12, which is one of our most expensive cars, I can tell you that this has been the most popular pre-sale of any Ferrari in our history. It's well beyond the F12 results, and really unfortunately puts us in a situation now we're essentially sold out. We're obviously in discussions with our factory to see if we can get some more production over its life cycle, but essentially its life cycle is sold out here in Australia, and the waiting list is too long, and everyone is trying to do their best to try and make sure that we can get some more cars here to Australia. So look, tonight we unveil to our customers the first time they've had a chance to see the car, those that weren't in Italy with us, and look, we're really excited to bring this new Ferrari to Australia.
Fantastic, thank you Herbert. You can read first drive from the international launch of the 812 Superfast in the August 2017 issue of Motor Magazine, and hopefully we'll have an Australian review when the car lands locally here in early 2018.